Hi guys, thanks for clicking on and
Returning for the second part
of the nonsense. Of the nonsense, yeah. Well, today we're going to, as promised, we're going to show you the processes that we went through to create our little theme tune. So, I shall crack on first, Ed.
You crack on first.
How's that sound?
Yeah, I think that sounds great because
bloody marvellous.
You know all your stuff. I don't know anything about your stuff.
Yeah. Right.
I don't even know about my own stuff. So.
Yeah. So, what are you going to do while I'm showing them this?
I'm going to go and have a nice cup of coffee. I might even go and have a nice Indian meal.
Why not? I hope you enjoy the second episode of the Priam project. Okay guys, so the first thing I did, I wanted a nice drum sound. I wanted an electronic sound, and to my surprise there was a really nice sounding one that almost fitted the bill completely and it's an included plugin with Cubase called Groove Agent 5, which I tapped in here using the Atom by Priam. Came up, it's called Sloppy Kit 01. So fantastic. It's just it's exactly what I want. When I went through the kit, I've done very little to it. More or less everything's kept exactly the same. I have, if you can see over here, I have separated all the outputs out so that they can be controlled on the desk. The only thing I've done is I've taken the clap, let me see if I can find it, there you go, and as you can see here I've added quite a lot of reverb there just to give it that bigger sound and give it a nice ride in the background. I've taken off some of the bottom end here from 200 downwards, just to, because it was a little bit, there was some other sounds in there, as well as the bass drum I noticed, that had some other odd noises after it. Now, if you have a look here, I've taken that out by use of the fade. So, that's the drum track. The way this works actually, it's quite nice. When you load up a patch on Groove Agent 5, let's say for instance you want to separate this from the stereo mix, then you come along to this row here. We've got main, pitch, filter, amp, sample, slice, etc. You come along to this one, and then you can see here you've got an output bus. Now, if I choose one now that hasn't been used, you'll see here that Cubase automatically adds the track for you, and there it is. Okay, very easy, very intuitive. Let's just put that back to number 2, and to get rid of that now, click into the output section, all the way down there, and that removes it again for you. Okay, so next was bass. Quite like that, and this is a Poly 6. This is basically just the thick bass. I have altered it slightly, but I won't go into too much detail. But I've come in here and I've altered the attack, the sustain, just to make it more percussive. Here we have this real sort of boost. Without it, you really lose it in the mix. Gives it that nice honk that you can really push forward. I did put the CLA 76, which is part of the Waves bundle. Quite heavy. On the Blackie mode, which is the two different models that came out. So that's it. Very, very little there. Now you can hear it's quite syncopated. So if I now play the bass with the drums, you can actually hear the syncopation between the two. And that's it. Okay, moving on. I do like this. This is a plug-in. So you play a chord. Fantastic thing. You have to really mess around with it and learn it. So on. But it really adds to it. Now, originally, when I first did the track, I had this. The first thing I did. And that is just. Let's have a look what we've got here. Again, this is Hallion Sonic, 1984 synth stab. Nothing really special going on here either. Let's have a look. Bit of reverb, just to carry it over and bring it into the mix. No reason for any EQ here either, just as it is, basically. And then I added this fast pluck now. What I did do here, I some of the notes I had to alter, so I had to go in here and alter. You can see there's a tune here going along, and I had to make sure that they weren't stepping out of the key signature, basically. So I had to go along and alter those. I haven't really altered anything else. Again, it's just an ARP PSY tracer. So again, this is how that fits in. Okay, so I then put a pad in the background. I think this is this might be another. Now I've frozen this out. What this is a pad shop, which I can't show you because it's frozen. But again, it's a standard plugin that comes bundled with Cubase. So basically, you know, that's it. I think it was one of the Warmth pad, I think the batch was called. And again, it just gives it that nice. Okay. Decided to put some real type sounding strings on the top. Now I quite like these. These are a Contact Symphony Essentials. Lovely strings, and this is how they work with all that. It just gives a nice distant string section presence to the whole thing. Phased string machine. Now I grew up with these things. I had an ARP Omni 2, for those who probably don't remember, but it's going back an awful long way, ARP Omni 2, and they were connected with Selena in some way. I think it was part of the same company, and I'll solo this out so you can hear it. The The only thing I did to that was a little bit of, in fact, an awful lot of flange, which is the meta flanger from Waves. All I wanted was the fizzly top end, and I've increased it quite a lot here, as you can see. And a little bit of reverb to sit it back in the mix. The brass right at the end. Now, again, this is Contact, and this is Session Horn Pro. Now, if you turn down the modulation wheel, you get a brass fall off. If you push it the other way, you get the fall up. Really is just used at the end here. And it just gives it that nice fall off at the end there. So we'll be going over to Ed now, and Ed can now show us what he did, what instruments, the two instruments he used on the track. So, over to you now, Ed.
Right, this is the guitar that we used on the first part of our intro music, the acoustic that I used. This is it's a Breedlove. It's made by an American company in Oregon, I believe. This is a Breedlove Pursuit Concert, which I love this guitar. I'm not a big acoustic player, but I've had a Takamine and a few other things in the past. But this is by far my favourite acoustic that I've had to date. Steel strung, lovely. Chose him for the music because he's a bit more percussive than the other acoustic I've got. And being steel strung, a little bit brighter, and we felt that he suited the music more than the Taylor would have, which has got strung classical, a bit more warm, which we'll talk about that later. But yeah, we used this in the first part. Now this is a guitar I used for the second part, the electric. I used this as twin guitar electrics, the same guitar was used for both parts, both harmony parts. This guitar is a 1982-84 Tokai Strat copy. It's a copy of a 1962 Strat. This is the court case. Tokai's that Fender took me court with. I love this guitar. As I say, it's from 82, so it's 40 years old or whatever. It's stock apart from the scratch plate and pickups. What I changed, these are Ernie Ball. Sorry, not Ernie Ball. These are bare knuckle mother's milk pickups, and they sound lovely. It plays gorgeous, and I love this. This is my favourite guitar. You can see the wear it's had on the back, where my strap buckle has worn a dent in the back of the guitar, but he's lovely. He's lovely. And this is what we use for the second part.
Yeah, that was interesting, Ed. I like the way you decided, because you haven't got just the one acoustic guitar, you've got a couple, haven't you?
Well, I've got two. The one that we used, as I said in the clip, is a Breedlove, which is a steel strung. Lovely guitar. I mean, both guitars are great. The other one, you'll see that in the future episodes, which was heavily used in the Hotel California project we did. And that is a Taylor Academy, got strong classical, and it's just a different flavour. It's a nice warmer, well, classical type. So I used it because there was slightly flamenco kind of a tone to it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so the next thing we're going to be doing, guys, is this is actually the end of our two-part intro to how we got the studio together. There wasn't really a lot to it. I mean, Ed's already told you about what we sourced from Studio Spares. I mean, the lights I think were on Amazon. The desk actually here was from Studio Spares as well.
Yeah, I believe it was. This is a Triton desk.
A Triton desk,
and that was a self-assembly thing from Studio Spares. Yeah,
which you put together in 9 minutes, didn't you?
Well, it took me about an hour to put
an hour and 9 minutes. Yeah,
it wasn't very much compared to the guy that quoted you 3 days and 200 quid to put it together. You know.
No, I know. Anyway, links for the boards and the desk in the description below. So if you want to check them out, there you go. Go and have a look. Right. So next time we'll be going and taking you through a revamp of a Coldplay song.
Yeah.
Called, what was it called? Yellow. Yes. Yep. So we're going to take you through the steps that we did to change it. We're going to have a completely different approach to it. It's fair to say.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's as we said at the start of our part one. Anything that we're covering will never be 100% facsimile, because there's no need for it.
No need for it.
And there's plenty of people up there doing it, and you've got the real people that done it, and why should we do it? So if a song or piece of music takes our fancy that we would like to cover, we'd rather do our take on it, for good or bad. And which is exactly what we did with Coldplay, and in my opinion it turned out really nice.
Yes.
Really nice.
Yes, it was quite. It was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to see you next time, and we'll be taking the first few steps in getting the Coldplay track reimagined.
Yeah.
Could call it.
Yeah. And to just remind you guys. We will put it in the description, but we plan to be posting every Tuesday and Thursday. For anyone that wants to follow.
Wants to follow along, yes. Yeah. Okay then, guys. So thanks for joining us again. It really is appreciated. Please like and subscribe and press the little bell button so that you know when we've posted up some new content. So, Ed, I will say ta-ra for now, yes. And it's ta-ra from me and ta-ra from Ed.
Yeah, adios, and it's coffee time.